Hey, this young brother here, he got some game on him. That boy got fucked. Why he just do that, man, like that? Oh, yeah, he's definitely underrated. No, hold on. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Hey, men may lie, women may lie, referees may lie, coaches may lie. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. That ball don't lie. What's going on, everybody? Third episode of the Ball Don't Lie podcast, new podcast here in Memphis, Tennessee. What's going on with you guys? Hope you guys enjoyed everything that's been going on already with the Ball Don't Lie podcast. I appreciate everybody supporting me this so far. But a lot of basketball been going on. March Madness just started. Of course, all the brackets that were created are already busted. So good luck winning that money. Now we got NBA. NBA is going into the playoff mode. Playoff mode is LeBron likes to say, but this year, LeBron's not going to be in the playoffs. Last time he has not been in the playoffs, I don't think Snapchat or Instagram were even alive at the moment. But anyways, over 10 plus years, LeBron hasn't been in the playoffs. Now teams in the West fighting for position. Of course, Golden State Warriors up there, but the Dallas Mavericks, of course, are at the bottom this year. So a lot of NBA going on. And today, got a special guest, somebody that I've known for a pretty long time. Back in 2012, I believe, was the All-Star game that I met her at. But I got a special guest on today. Been knowing since 2012, it's a long time. She's interviewed many stars such as Zeke Elliott, Kevin Hart, Bryson Tiller, the entire Dallas Mavericks team. She's lives in Dallas right now. Many NBA stars, all-stars such as Kevin Durant, and many upcoming stars such as Buddy Hield. I would like to introduce to you guys the Dallas News anchor for Cumulus Media, Mrs. Valencia King. What's going on, Valencia?
Hey. Yes. It has been a long time.
It's been a long time, but good to hear your voice. How's everything been going down there in Dallas?
Man, everything is going pretty good out here in Dallas. You mentioned the Mavs not making the playoffs, but we kind of already knew.
Another tanking.
We're just looking forward to the future.
Yeah, but there's a lot of teams doing the same thing. New York has been doing the same thing for years. Philadelphia is doing the same thing. Now they got Ben Simmons and the whole new team over there. Now they got just about 4 All-Stars on their team. So hopefully one day the Dallas Mavericks will be up there too. Matter of fact, I had some big-time trades, so it could happen pretty soon.
Yeah, the fans are definitely excited about what's to come. Everyone each night is looking at how soon Porzingis will be out there with the Mavs, but it's a process. He still has to, get fully prepared to get back out there, but everyone is already kind of seeing the future and really has their hopes up.
That's the big thing. Sees the future. Having hopes up is the big Q on that one. Porzingis was the big trade that you guys had, and another big trade that kind of blew my mind. It probably blew his mind, too, because he got traded during the game. Harrison Barnes to the Kings during the game? Y'all doing it like that out there in the D?
Listen.
Goodness
the Dallas
gracious.
Mavericks organization is spoken highly of. You can ask, the players that have, been in the league, been in our organization. But that move right there stung.
Yeah.
It stung a lot. Even Donnie Nelson the next day when he did the press conference with the media, he said, it really was not supposed to pan out that way. That was not their intention, and he hadn't seen anything like it before. And, Harrison, maybe 5 or 6 days prior to, I was covering an event for Harrison Barnes and his wife, Brittany, and they were actually dedicating a court to one of the youth organizations here in Dallas. So they have really been threaded into the Dallas community. So that stung a little bit.
So he was fixing to have his own court in Dallas, and he got traded?
Well, yeah, he had. He's dedicated courts to Dallas before, in the city of Dallas before, been involved in, the reading programs with youth. He's just really, him and his wife are just really involved in the communities that he's played in, and you can tell that's really one of their core values.
That's big for him. He got traded to the Sacramento Kings, but I guess at least it's better for, him, because he's probably going to be in the playoffs almost, maybe, if they make it, because they're at the bottom of the West right now, normally around the 8, 9, 10 slot range, I believe.
Yeah, right now they're at 9, but they are a few games behind San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio's been pretty hot.
Stranger things have happened. I know they're not, giving up per se.
Now, what about that? What about that Porzingis trade? You guys traded Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and 2 future first-round picks. And you got back.
What's so crazy is I was actually in New York the day before the trade when the Mavs were in New York playing the Knicks. And so, we were talking to the guys. I talked to Dennis that night and Wesley, just talking to them about Dirk and, playing in the Garden potentially one last time, of course. And, there wasn't really any eerie feelings or vibes in the locker room. The guys really seemed together. Because they were starting on their road trip. They had Detroit up next after that. And so we really didn't get, this whole team is about to be blown up kind of vibes in the locker room. So it was really interesting to just see, hours after I left the arena, finished doing my reports, we get that news that they're no longer on the team and we have a whole new team basically.
Right.
And I was still in New York and I didn't know when Wesley, DeAndre, or Dennis were going to make their debut because New York still had 2 more games while I was in New York. And so I was trying to get in the arena, trying to figure out, okay, I'm going to make their debut immediately. Because in my head, I was like, okay, they're only in Detroit. So it's a little 20-minute flight back. But they didn't make their debut until I think the next 3 games New York had played. And so I wasn't in town then. But, man, I was trying to get in there.
I already know. And that night, now that you say it, brings it back. Porzingis and Luka Doncic had that little handshake. I think it was after the game, that big meme that was going around on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
I was like, that's crazy.
It was a major kind of meme thing, like you said, on Twitter. I think either Porzingis had winked at Luka or the handshake gesture. It was something. And so, Twitter sees absolutely everything. If it happened, it's going to find it. And so that was really going viral. And, people are like, we should have known this is Luka's doing, or Porzingis and Luka had this plan all along.
All along. It was the plan all along. And you can see he was saying something. But we couldn't get the sound right because it was kind of far away. So, but it's going to be something special because both of those guys, overseas players, big-time players going on right now. Luka Doncic is on a tear. What do you think about him? I know you're in Dallas, live in Dallas down there with your sports talk show. What do you think about Luka Doncic down there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've covered Luka with Real Talk Sports for, all season, obviously. And, I'm not going to knock anything against Luka. He is a great player. He is a rookie, but he's also coming in with professional experience. But my issue is, fans are going to be fans sometimes. And even some media, they'll criticize him as if he's not 19. I know he's 20 now, but he's still 19.
He's still a teenager. That's crazy. He's a teenager making all these bucks. I mean, he's doing pretty good. He's doing better than I would if I was a 19-year-old with all that money.
Right. This is very true. You and I both. But, it's still people still need to give him the benefit of the opportunity to grow and learn. Because although he does have professional experience, this is still the NBA. It's a little bit different, and he came in at 19. So he's going to have some bumps and bruises along the way, but he's definitely already made a name for himself, already got a signature move.
He does.
So he's definitely he should have a promising career, bar no injuries or anything like that happen to him, but he has a name for himself already.
Yeah, he hit some big-time shots. I remember that shot that he hit in Portland in the corner. I was like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's something special. This guy is something serious. And with Porzingis over there, I'm sure next year and the years to come, those guys are going to jail left and right. And Porzingis, I know he came in with the injury when he got traded. Have you seen him work out or anything like that in the arena or anything?
Yeah, so Carlisle has, talked about this before because he'll get asked pretty much every game about any updates on Porzingis. And KP has done some practices with the Mavs, limited. I believe the last update I heard from Carlisle was about 3-on-3 practices, nothing a full practice yet with the team or anything of that nature. But Carlisle just keeps letting everyone know that he is coming along well and they're excited for the future. And as soon as he can get on the court, he'll be there. Because
I think he was going to get on the court in New York. But I think when he got traded, they were like, no, we're just going to hold him off for the rest of the year because they're pretty much, like you said, not going to play in the playoffs earlier. So, I mean, it was a pretty good deal for Mark Cuban and the Mavericks on that trade. I say you guys won.
Absolutely.
You guys won on that one. But
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And as far as the franchise, I just really didn't think they were gonna not have a foreign player as the face of their team after having Dirk for 21 seasons. It would have been too drastic of a change for the organization, in my opinion. I felt like they were just going to stick with what they know. And Dennis Smith Jr., I still believe in Dennis Smith Jr. I feel like he can still have a promising career, and he's been balling in New York as well. We know the Knicks, they semi-tank every season. We got that, but he's still been balling in New York as well. And I think it was kind of a good fit and a good move for him as well to kind of get that playing time with
I
Emmanuel
agree.
Mudiay being out at the time. So I think both parties still ended up pretty good.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. I love Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, he was that guy that Luka Doncic is now last year. And, like, now that I guess, like, the tables are slick turned on him, that he was that guy Doncic is, and now he's just, like, on the other side of the pillow, and they just trade him to another team, and now look at what he's doing. I mean, he's flying from the free throw line almost dunking on people.
Listen,
Goodness
those
gracious.
dunks are vicious.
If that dunk would have went down, that would have been one of my favorite dunks, like, ever.
I know. And isn't it so crazy that you can still miss a dunk, but the impact still stand? Like,
oh, my goodness. When I seen it, I said, you got to be kidding me. Come on, Dennis. You can't dunk on nobody like that.
Talk the next day, not play.
That's right.
You're able to have a little fun.
Right. Oh,
Dennis
my.
Smith Jr. trying to have some fun, but Davis, who's been dunked on a bunch, but never backs off, and that's what I love about it.
That's exactly
He was
right.
not going to just get out of the way and give that up.
He's not afraid, and thank goodness that one doesn't fall.
Dennis Smith is something special. Valencia is, he's been doing work in New York, but back to Dallas for a hot sec. I know you guys, like I said earlier, 29-44, and you guys, Mark Cuban, he doesn't care if he says tanking or not. So are you guys tanking?
that is a great question. If we're tanking, why in the world did we just beat the Golden State Warriors? Now,
and y'all didn't beat them. Y'all beat them bad. I'm talking about a loss that they haven't lost like that since 2007. 2019. That's a long time, man.
Trust me, I know, and I don't really understand it. Now I do understand it's basketball, it's the NBA. Any team can win or lose on any given night.
Yeah.
I get that. I completely understand that.
Right.
But really,
Not like that though. I mean, Steph Curry did sit out, but come on, 35? Really?
listen. Trust me, I understand. I understand, but I don't understand at the same time. So, are the Dallas Mavericks tanking? It's hard to say. We know we're not in the playoffs, but I don't know. I mean, what do you think we would be tanking for? Is there anyone that you see in particular? Because no matter the draft that we get, no matter the person that we pick, the Dallas Mavericks end up always trading whoever they draft.
Pretty much, they do. You're right. I don't know who you guys actually want. You guys got Trae Young. You traded him for Luka Doncic. You had Dennis Smith. You traded him for Porzingis and a couple more pieces. This time, who do you want? You got the point guard. You got Porzingis. Maybe a small forward or shooting guard.
Yeah, I would say one of those two pieces would work. But Carlisle is a great coach. I won't take anything away from him. No matter what you give him, he'll make it work, as we've seen in previous seasons when it's been a whole lot worse than it is now. Yeah. And Carlisle will still find a way to make something work. But no, I just think about, even the Jay Crowders or the Justin Andersons. Like, whoever we draft, we end up not keeping.
Yeah.
So if we're tanking, I'm just not seeing the exact person we're tanking for in hopes of getting.
I agree. I don't know who you guys are tanking for, because right now we already know Zion. He's going number 1. Ja Morant going number 2, and everybody else will pretty much will fall in line after that, probably after RJ Barrett. So
right, it's fair game after that.
Yeah,
so
it's fair game.
Yeah, not too sure about that. But are they tanking? Possibly. But then again, we just beat the Warriors, so
beat the Warriors by
maybe
35.
We're tanking, but with like fun.
35 hot piece. I said, you got to be kidding me. The Warriors 35 by the Mavericks. But it's always like
Dallas
that, though.
Mavericks.
It's always like that. Like, the top team always loses to one of the bottom teams, whether it's East, whether it's West. For some reason. I don't know what's going on. Speaking of the East, what about those Milwaukee Bucks over there? I mean, they're just They're going on a tear. Giannis is, oh my goodness, he's on another level. And Giannis and James Harden. I don't know what James Harden is doing in Houston. Speaking of Texas, goodness gracious, have you been over there in Houston?
There's something in the Galveston water, but James Harden is on another level. But yeah, like you said, Giannis is balling too.
Houston and Dallas. I know. Is there a lot of fan demonium going on down there?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime we have a battle of 45, what we call it, between the Mavs and Houston Rockets, you can't ever tell which team is going for which. Like when we're playing them in Dallas, it's as loud as the cheers for the Rockets as it is for Mavs. And the same thing when we play them in Houston, you just can't tell. But that's to be expected. You know, the Texas teams always show up and show out. Same thing with the San Antonio Spurs, who
always.
I said it before and I'll say it again. They always find a way to just sneak on into the playoffs.
Always. For some, I don't know what's going on. Pop got some Space Jam water he giving those Spurs over there or something. I don't know what's going on. They're on the tear right now too.
They are. It's so funny you mentioned that because that's really what I feel like. He'll keep them at bay, and then he just gives them the secret sauce to bump it up.
The secret sauce. The secret sauce. He got it too. You guys got some legendary coaches down there though.
All three
teams.
Definitely. Popovich, Rick Carlisle. We know Mike D'Antoni will include him in there as well. We know that these coaches, their basketball IQ is not to be questioned by far, and they can make something happen at any given moment.
They can make some huge noise, but I'm not going to hold you on too much longer. I know you got to get back to work, do some big-time things back in Dallas. I appreciate you coming on the pod, sharing giving me your advice and, everything. I appreciate it. I haven't talked to you in a minute. It's good to hear you. Hope everything's going swell down there in the D. I gotta head down there. I just said that like a week or two ago. I got a couple of friends that are down there. I got you down there. I said, yeah, I gotta make a trip.
Yeah, man, the door's open anytime you want to come through, man. And I just want to say thank you and congratulations again on the success of the Ball Don't Lie podcast.
I appreciate
it. We know it's going to be continuing to grow bigger and further and reach more ears and listenership. So just congratulations on that as well. And I definitely appreciate you having me on. Of course, non-shameless plug. Everybody tuning in, make sure y'all follow me on social media at I am Valencia King, because I am Valencia King. Listen, we've got not just basketball, but we're looking ahead to football season as well coming up. And as far as playoffs is concerned for the NBA, I'll be in Houston and Oklahoma seeing what the heck they're going to be doing between James Harden and Russell Westbrook and how far they're looking to go. So make sure y'all keep it locked.
Let's do it. Make sure you guys follow her. I was going to plug her in, but she's a professional. She does this for a living.
Oh, it's like when it's a host talking to a host, I just love the conversation because we're always gonna get the job done.
always easy work, light work. I appreciate everybody watching the podcast today. Me and Valencia King from Dallas. I appreciate everybody. I continue to support, and we'll drop another podcast. You never know who else we're gonna sit down with. Y'all have a good day, everybody. Signing out. Let's get it.